Hey there Gundam fans, this is Mason Machado from Sarasota One Productions, and in this tutorial I will tell you the basics on how to make a Gundam stop motion movie for under the budget of $30 or less. Now, before you do this, you have to decide what type of Gundam stop motion do you want to get. Well, I've kind of divided it into two. I kind of call them two different types. One I call scale, the other one I just call toy. Now, the reason I do this is, for example, toy is if you've seen like works of mine, like GM versus Rubik's Cube, or some of the other famous stop motion people that use Gundam models, they're not actual things. If you notice, you can see toys in the background and stuff, meaning that they're models, meaning that they're just toys being animated, kind of like Toy Story. Now, the reason I call the other one scale is if you've seen Joshua Gandamu's videos, then you know that he's making it look like there's actual people in it, which kind of like scaling, making sure it's kind of life-size scaling. This tutorial kind of covers more about the scaling one, but you can kind of pay a little more attention to it, because it might help you out if you do a wicked toy one. So anyway, now I got that out of the way, here's what you're pretty much going to need. Well, there are two basic ones that you need. They're not included in the budget, because if you don't have these, well, forget about it. One, a computer, obvious reasons, because you wouldn't be watching this if you didn't have a computer. Second is a digital camera. Digital cameras vary, but it doesn't really matter which one. For example, here's a picture of my old one that I used to use. It cost me around $100, but it was good quality pictures. Also, you need a memory card for it. Not sure how much the memory card was, but trust me, you're gonna take a lot of pictures with stop motions, and trust me, you can't cheap out with it. I tried that, it failed epically. So moving on, here's pretty much what you're gonna need. For one thing, you're gonna need a Gundam, because you can't make a movie without it. Also, you want to have people in it. Like you're gonna need people. Another one you might need a backdrop. Yeah, backdrops are important. You might need some vehicles, maybe see some vehicles run down, buildings, a lot of stuff. You might want to have some special effects, some stuff to hold your guns in positions. So here's pretty much what you're gonna do. For the Gundam, I chose my 1 to 1/44 scale high grade Universal Century GM, which around tax would cost around $9. For the Army people, I have this small Army that I actually found. Now, you could probably get packets of these off of eBay for very cheap, or you can just buy small figurines you can find at the Dollar Generals and stuff for around, we'll just say $1. Now, as for a backdrop, I'm just using these curtains. They're hanging from my window because they're near my freezer. However, you could probably buy sheets and stuff at your local thrift store for around $3. So $3 to $5. We'll just put 3. Now, you might want to do is green screen effects. For green screens, I found out a way is you can actually just use posters that you buy at Walmart for school projects. They actually have some in green screen colors. You can get them, like a couple of them, for around $2. I just bought 2 because my dad bought them for me. As for vehicles, I'm just using this old Transformer Minicon because it looked military. But you could probably, like I said, you want to hit your Dollar Trees and your dollar stores and stuff for cheap. So we'll throw around vehicles for $1. Another thing, building. Sorry, I'm using a crappy a little Christmas thing that my parents bought a couple of years back. But you get the idea. You want to make your Gundam tall and stuff, make it look like it's giant. Another thing is, like, in case you want to make like buildings yourself or little stands, you could use cardboard. We'll throw that around $2. Clay is good for holding your Gundams in place. You don't want them to fall. Clay varies, but for maximum price, we'll just put $1. As for you could put plants in your videos to make it look like a forest scene. I'm not sure how much plants are, but we'll throw around $3 if you buy them in like sets and stuff, like zoo sets or Army sets. And another thing that makes good for gunfire or jet exhaust is cotton balls. I've seen cotton balls used a lot in the Gundam stop motions, and it's helped a lot. That's pretty much what your basic needs are. This video is getting around 5 minutes, so in my next tutorial part, I will show you all the different programs you can use to edit your things for free. Yeah, that's right, you don't need it in your $30. But pretty much the total of the list I gave you equals up to $30. That's how to make it under $30. If you find cheaper versions, I'll let you know. And here is, click on to part 2 of my tutorial. Thank you.